Can you imagine flipping a coin for a long-lasting decision, like naming a city? Well, that's just what happened when Asa Lovejoy of Boston, Massachusetts, and Francis Pettygrove of Portland, Maine, decided to name the farthest site upriver on the Willamette, where ocean-going vessels could easily anchor. Fortunately, a little more thought went into selecting powder metallurgy as the preferred metal-forming solution for these industries and applications. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the winners of the 2022 Powder Metallurgy Design Excellence Awards competition, sponsored by the Metal Powder Industries Federation. Let's start with the awards of distinction. Nichols Portland LLC, a division of Nichols Portland Inc., received an award of distinction in the automotive engine category for conventional PM components for an eccentric ring. The sinter-hardened eccentric ring, used in a variable displacement oil pump, has enhanced performance compared with prior generation steam-treated as sintered components. This improvement in properties was essential to provide increased wear resistance and compressive strength for vane pumps, where rotors are operating at higher speed, lubrication conditions become marginal, and the potential for cavitation erosion is increased. SSI Sintered Specialties LLC and customer Eberspacher received an award of distinction in the automotive engine category for conventional PM components for a sensor boss. The stainless steel sensor boss is welded to an automotive exhaust system and used to secure engine monitoring sensors. During sintering, the parts shrink 5% to their final net shape, except for the tapped hole. 309L stainless steel was selected for its high temperature oxidation resistance, 30% higher yield strength at 1000 degrees Celsius, and it is easier to sinter to high density compared with 304L stainless steel. Indo-MIM Private Limited received an award of distinction in the automotive engine category for MIM components for a vane lever. Operating at temperatures in the 800 to 850 degrees Celsius range, the vane lever is used as a gas flow controller in the turbocharger of an internal combustion engine. Made from HK30 austenitic stainless steel, the component has good oxidation resistance and strength. The component was previously made by machining wrought bar stock. Burgess Norton Manufacturing Company and customer Borg-Warner received an award of distinction in the automotive transmission category for conventional PM components for drive and driven sprockets, pressure plate, and sector gear. Used in an automotive transfer case, the drive and driven sprockets, pressure plate, and sector gear provide critical torque management. The warm die compacted and heat-treated sprockets provide strength and wear resistance required in this robust application. Special fixtures are used during sintering of the pressure plate to control flatness and parallelism. The sector gear is 100% verified during end-of-line inspection using a roll tester and master gear. Metalpo Ind Ecom Ltda and customer Haldex do Brasil Ind Ecom Ltda received an award of distinction in the automotive chassis category for conventional PM components for a rack. This rack, used in a braking system for trucks, requires high-performance mechanical properties and is made from a warm die compacted diffusion alloy. The rack is case-hardened to achieve good wear properties, but also needs toughness in the core for good impact energy. Density distribution is extremely important to the success of this component. Indo-MIM Private Limited received an award of distinction in the automotive chassis category for MIM components for an upper cap, lower cap, split center, and split center bleed. Used in a high-end automotive suspension system subassembly, the upper cap, lower cap, split center, and split center bleed components are made from MIM 4605 and heat-treated. The components need to sustain the dampening force and cyclic load. These highly engineered components are net shaped with MIM, except for the threads. Advanced cooling techniques such as conformal cooling and fountain cooling are used to achieve exceptionally high-quality parts. Azoth and customer General Motors Corporation received an award of distinction in the automotive chassis category for metal AM components for a shift knob. The aesthetically pleasing manual transmission shift knob emblem for the Cadillac Blackwing V-Series automobile is made by binder jetting using a proprietary 316L stainless steel powder. The part was designed with AM in mind. Other than surface polishing, there are no additional post-sintering operations performed. The finished part requires 4 different surface finishes: a mirror finish on the outside and top ring features, a blasted surface in the deep background features, a brush finish on the center bridge, and an as-printed finish inside the debossed letters on the outside. Optimum, a Form Technologies company, and customer Savage Arms Inc. received an award of distinction in the aerospace, military, firearms category for MIM components for a bolt-end cap. Used in a commercial SPR impulse rifle, quench and tempered MIM4605 was the material of choice for this bolt-end cap. As a component within a firearm bolt assembly, superior mechanical properties are needed for durability and reliability, and cost is important to meet commercial viability. High-quality tooling and advanced processing provide an excellent surface finish, requiring no deburring and minimal secondary operations after sintering. The large inner diameter is sized, and one of the smaller diameters is reamed to a very tight specification prior to the final coating. Advanced Powder Products Inc. received an award of distinction in the aerospace, military, firearms category for MIM components for a slide release. Originally designed for stamping, but the complex geometry was too much of a challenge. This one-piece firearm slide release is made from an air-quenched and tempered S7 tool steel, as it experiences stress when the firearm is fired. The one-piece design allowed better quality assurance by making the assembly process simpler than a multi-piece assembly. Alpha Precision Group, a division of Nichols Portland Inc., received an award of distinction in the lawn and garden off-highway category for conventional PM components for a camshaft assembly. This camshaft assembly, used in a family of lawn and garden engines ranging from 19 to 27 horsepower, utilizes 6 PM components, a cam gear, 4 cam lobes, and a thrust washer. Each component is fixtured robotically, induction heated to expand the IDs, and pressed onto the shaft at the specified clocking and axial positions. Engineered interference fits are achieved when the parts contract as they cool. The assembled camshaft weight was reduced by 500 grams compared with the cast iron design. FMS Corporation and Customer Team Industries received an award of distinction in the lawn and garden off-highway category for conventional PM components for a spider dampener insert. The spider dampener insert is part of a torque subassembly for all-terrain vehicle transmissions. The spider transfers torque from the ATV engine to a secondary clutch. The PM component provides the interface between the shaft clutch and the internal spline. The part was originally designed as a metal casting that required extensive secondary machining. However, after initial testing, the part was redesigned for PM, eliminating the need for the machining operations. Porite Taiwan Company Limited received an award of distinction in the hand tools recreation category for conventional PM components for a ring gear. This ring gear, used in the gearbox of a cordless drill, is divided into 2 parts due to the multi-section appearance. The 2 PM parts are machined, pressed for alignment, followed by a plastic injection molding operation. The gearbox side of the assembled part serves to control deceleration and speed changes, and the output side is used to select the corresponding interface. ARC Group Worldwide received an award of distinction in the hand tools recreation category for MIM components for a lock arm button. This lock arm button is a functional portion of a blade lock used in a pocket knife. When depressed, the button fires the blade open or allows the operator to close the cutting tool safely. An internal plunger system is responsible for lockup in both the open and closed positions. No secondary machining is required, including holding the 3 post diameters to a tolerance of plus or minus 0.05 millimeters. Glass bead blasting is performed post-sintering. Amero and customer Sankar Composite Technology received an award of distinction in the hand tools recreation category for metal AM components for a guitar tuner. The laser powder bed fusion skull guitar tuners could be made from a range of materials, as their main function is more decorative than structural. Their purpose is to turn the gear assembly that adjusts the string tension of the guitar. Polishing and plating can be performed if needed. Metal AM allows for a quick iteration of design without investment in tooling, and increased complexity does not come at a higher cost within the same design envelope. Nichols Portland LLC, a division of Nichols Portland Inc., received an award of distinction in the industrial motors, controls, and hydraulics category for conventional PM components for a pump head subassembly. This pump head subassembly for fluid delivery consists of 6 PM components, an inlet plate, eccentric ring, inner and outer gear rotors, a spline coupling, and an outlet plate. The challenges in producing this family of components are primarily associated with the need to achieve a high level of dimensional accuracy and tight control of axial perpendicularity during the compaction, sintering, and heat treatment operations. Secondary operations include face grinding for all components except the coupling and ID turning, honing for precision bores. Indomim Private Limited received an award of distinction in the Industrial Motors, Controls and Hydraulics category for MIM components for a control cone. Used as a fluid controller in a fuel pump, this control cone is a highly complex component with a cylindrical stepped outer diameter that varies like a dovetail towards one end. The part was previously machined, and producing the angular hole through high-volume machining was difficult. MIM is far more suitable for high-volume production, lower cost, and most importantly, reduced lead times without compromising quality. PTI and Customer Elevator Products Corporation, a division of Schindler Elevator Corporation, received an award of distinction in the Industrial Motors, Controls and Hydraulics category for MIM components for an elevator button assembly. This elevator button assembly is impervious to solvents and disinfectants. These parts solved a problem encountered during the COVID-19 pandemic. Elevator button assemblies machined from stainless steel and overmolded with polycarbonate threaded inserts were being degraded by various solvents and disinfectants used excessively to sterilize highly touched areas in elevators. To eliminate polymer overmolds, flexure retaining tabs and assembly threads needed to be redesigned and incorporated into the stainless steel button body design. Metal AM prototypes were utilized to determine the assembly design prior to production moving to MIM. ARC Group Worldwide received an award of distinction in the medical dental category for MIM components for an impaction handle lever. This impaction handle lever, used in knee replacement surgery, represents one of the first single-use instruments converted from plastic to metal injection molding. Given the component's application and requirements in the medical field, precision, process capability, and strength are of extreme importance. Despite the complex nature of this component, no secondary coining or bending operations are required to maintain tolerances, and the MIM technology will save an estimated 40% in cost over traditional manufacturing methods. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the winners of the Awards of Distinction in the 2022 PM Design Excellence Awards competition. Please join us in acknowledging their achievements as company representatives accept their awards.